Hello, my name is Shmobi and this is my YouTube channel. This channel is just a space for me to express my creativity and practice my video editing skills because I love it. This actually isn't the first video dedicated to this channel. I actually posted one before, but while making this one, I just watched that one over again and I couldn't stop cringing because it was made over 2 years ago and my editing was so bad. And I was still figuring out my whole accent thing, so you would hear like British in one line and then American in one line and then Nigerian in the other line. So it was just kind of a bit of a, it wasn't bad, but it was just not good compared to what I'm doing right now. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll get into it now. I'll start off with the Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro. Now I know most of you have seen or have the Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro, but for those of you who don't know how this thing works, it basically just opens up until here, and then this part just goes back like that. Now this is probably the best keyboard you can get for the iPad, but I do wish it had function keys. But with the new update, they did like a kind of touch bar effect, but that's kind of useless because you only use it when you're typing. Typing on this thing is great. I do prefer the keyboard on this than the one on my MacBook because it just sounds a lot better and feels a lot better as well. Just listen. Now let's see how that compares to the MacBook. I don't think you notice much of a difference because you're just hearing it, but I think you have to actually type on it to know the difference. Apparently this keyboard is different from the one from last year because the iPad is technically a bit thicker. So it is a bit thicker as well, so it can accommodate the iPad that's a bit thicker as well. Guess, I don't know. There's like 6 Magic Keyboards, like literally. You can go to the website and see that there's like 6. I haven't had any durability issues with this thing, but apart from this particular scuff or scratch or whatever you want to call it, I don't know how I got it, but it's not going off. Damn! I use this thing every day. I use it for typing for regular school. I use it for English coursework. I use it for exam revision. I use it for making personal notes. I basically use it to do everything, and it's held up pretty well. There isn't really much to say about this. It's a keyboard that you can type on, so it's good. Now for the iPad, I have to apologize. I unwrapped the entire thing, but then I forgot to press record. So I just put it back in and then just reopened it again, so sorry. The iPad looks just like last year's iPad. It's basically the same thing as the iPhones, same thing as last year's one. But the whole hype about this is that it has the M1 chip in it, but guess what? It's totally useless in this thing. I can't run Audacity on this thing, I can't run Final Cut Pro on this thing, and if you do music production, you can't run Logic Pro on this thing. Since this is being marketed as a computer replacement, I should be able to run these applications I basically use for everything media related.
That's right. The M1 chip is not just in the Mac, it's now in iPad Pro, and it's gonna blow you away.
I mean, considering the price point as well you pay for this thing, you should be able to run those applications because I don't want to carry my MacBook everywhere I go. But it's not total garbage. I would be lying if I said it was total garbage. This thing is one hell of a work device. It merges creativity and productivity, which is kind of a two-in-one package. That's really good. But again, my creativity is limited because I can't really draw, and the apps I need are on my MacBook. Although I have Lightroom, so it's okay. My total experience with this thing has been pretty good. This can replace your laptop if you don't do any graphic intense tasks like video editing or animation, which I happen to do, so it cannot replace my laptop. For basic tasks like surfing the web, doing homework, watching movies, playing games, this is more than enough, and last year's one is also more than enough. That means if you have last year's one, don't even think of upgrading to this one because it's the same thing. But if you're that rich and have a ton of money to spend and it's just burning in your pocket, and instead of donating it, just get iPads. Personally, I feel there are a lot of people that will benefit from just a bit of donation. Instead of giving Apple more money, you could just donate to some foundations wherever you are. You're gonna be really surprised. The money you feel is not enough will actually make someone's day or month. So just look around and just donate. Especially now because people are still feeling the effects of COVID and a lot of businesses are finding it really hard to restart, and so many more have closed down. So yeah, before you click buy now on the new iPad or the new iPhone or the new whatever, just think about some people. Not saying you shouldn't get it, just think about them. How durable is the iPad? I don't know. I have not dropped this thing on purpose, and I will never drop this thing on purpose. I don't do drop tests because it's pricey, and plus I probably won't survive the drop tests. The iPad will be fine, I won't survive it. But I have seen Jerry Rig Everything's video, and the iPad is pretty bendable. He bent it pretty bad. Technically it is better than the first generation iPad that snapped, so just don't sit on it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Overall, this is a pretty good device. Did it blow me away? No, it didn't blow me away. It's an iPad.
And it's gonna blow you away.
You serious?
But it's a pretty great device. If you buy it, you will enjoy it. If you have it, you're probably enjoying it. If you have last year's one, you're probably enjoying it because it's the same thing. That's all for me. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Next video is coming out pretty soon. Hope you enjoyed that one as well. So just look after yourself, look after your family, and do something nice for someone.